Okay, yes. So this is chapter 5 portion of the exam review. We already did chapter 6. So this will be the conclusion. On number 26, we're labeling this section of skin. A is pointing at receptors. Okay, sensitive to stimuli, related to nervous system. So the coiled tubes are So what letter K is pointing at down here? Oops, not K, sorry. L is pointing at the sweat gland. So B is the sweat gland duct going up to the surface. C, the holes in the surface are pores. D is just pointing at the hair or hair shaft. E is sebaceous gland. That's the large gland. It's attached to the side of the hair follicle. I didn't label on here, did I? F is pointing at the erector pili muscle. G and H are both together the epidermis. I is the dermis. J is the hypodermis or subcutaneous layer. K is just pointing at blood vessels. L is the sweat gland, and M would be the nerve fibers. '27. The functions of the integumentary system: protection, temperature maintenance or regulation, storage and synthesis of nutrients, sensory reception, and secretion. What factors affect skin color? Two factors. In the epidermis, it's the pigments like melanin, and in the dermis, it's circulation. So if we have more blood flow, it's going to be a darker, more reddish appearance. Less blood flow would be more pale. 29, how does the integumentary system regulate body temperature? It controls blood flow to the surface. More blood flow to the surface allows us to lose more heat if we're trying to cool down. Also with shivering, the erector pili muscles contracting, and then of course sweating if we're too hot. Vitamin D3 important. It synthesizes vitamin D. Oh, I'm sorry. It's for calcium absorption, for bone strength and density. Oops. So we synthesize vitamin D with using sunlight. What is keratin? That's an orange pigment in the skin. It's different than keratin with a K. That's the fibrous protein that forms a basic structural component of hair and nails. Also found largely in the skin. That's part of the reason why the cells of the stratum corneum are dead. Number 33, what is the most common form of skin cancer? That would be basal cell carcinoma. What is the most dangerous? That would be malignant melanoma. How does the dermis connect the skeletal system to other body systems? We saw a lot of different ones when we did our relationships between the integumentary system and other body systems. The two main ones I think of with the dermis is the nerve fibers and the blood vessels. So nerve fibers are going to relate to the nervous system and blood vessels to cardiovascular. 35, why is the subcutaneous layer important? Think fat there. Fat's good for insulation, energy source, storage of nutrients. It also anchors the skin so it doesn't slide around our bodies. 36, what are the different types of glands associated with the integument? I just listed two, sweat and sebaceous. What are the accessory structures of the integument? That would be the hair, nails, and it's supposed to say nails and glands. 38. Briefly describe the 4 steps that occur when skin needs to be repaired. I went quick. Bleeding and inflammatory response, scab forming. That's when the cells of the stratum germinativum, the lowest layer, start migrating around the wound. Then we form a full epidermal layer underneath the scab where the scab will shed. That's the final step. And then we'll still continue to make this fibrous tissue known as scar tissue. 39, 3 categories of burns. First degree is just going to be affecting the epidermis. Second degree is going to go down to the dermis. And third degree is going to go all the way down to the hypodermis. That would require skin graft, taking skin from one part and putting it there. 40, describe how aging affects the integumentary system. With aging, the integument thins, blood flow decreases, cellular activity decreases, repairs occur more slowly. And that's it, isn't it? Chapter 5. All right. Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all, folks.